We're not going to necessarily finish, but we're going to play for a couple of hours. If we finish in under 2 hours, then I guess I got lucky.
I'm Bear Grylls, served with British Special Forces.
Alright, you ready? Alright, so we actually... Okay. There's no way we're finishing this in 2 hours. 3 hours? What were we doing here for 3 hours? I mean, I guess we just do this then. Wait, what? What progress? What progress are we talking about? Does it really matter? I don't think it matters. We're just... Nobody cares. We're just playing a dumb game.
I'm flying at 10,000 feet above the Rockies, somewhere near the Canadian border.
That's definitely copyright. Just... Alright, well we got this going on here. It's showtime. Alright, so I did not foresee the headrest being an issue. This is probably fine, right? Doesn't look terrible. This probably I probably look like, I don't know, at least you can like see my eyes. It looks stupid, but like you can at least see my eyes when I react to the... Oh god. Oh god. It's just a quick time event? Dude, I don't remember any of this. We played this like 2 years ago. Am I just watching him? Remember the tricks. Oh, okay, I get it. Alright. Are you guys able to hear the game? Is it a good volume? Is it on? It is not on. Good point. I forgot to turn on text-to-speech and media share.
My plan is simple. Get my bearings and look for a river. There's an old rule that's a good one when you're lost in the wild. Find a stream or a river, then hunt for a track, because that's going to lead you to a road and safety. But that's easier said than done.
Alright, let's do it. Should be good. Oh god. I gotta like go lower in the seat because of the... Alright, man. Man versus peak. And the frame rate is already just... Yeah. Can I like... I think we already tried this. Like there are no options. So we can't have inverted controls. I don't think you can jump either. But I'm starting to kind of like remember like... Sort of... Okay, yeah, right, alright. So you gotta get the parachute rope. Alright. I think that it's just like a, like you have to like climb through the level to survive. Like you're not actually surviving. Yeah. Tragic, thanks for 21 months, mem. I don't think you actually are surviving.
Money!
I think you just, yeah, and it's like very unclear where to go to. Alright, seems that the media shared worked. I guess we'll see if it plays. Oh yeah, you can do this stuff. The stuff. Yeah, thanks. So there's no like auto jumping either. You can just do that. Okay. Starting to remember why I didn't like this game. Thanks. Also, do you hear my 360?
I can't believe my own video game is slop now. I'm gonna bust.
Yeah. Thanks for the sloppy text-to-speech. Alright, so clearly we should not be going there. Ugh, there's something like special about 360 crusts. Slasher, thanks for the 74 months. There's something special about like the mix of low and high res textures, and it's all just like coming together in this one crust. Well, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to go this way, otherwise... Oh, look at this. Found a mining bucket. Endo, thanks for 74 months. So yeah, like now what? What do we do, Bear Grylls? I wouldn't mind just walking in circles for 2 hours. Maybe we go more than 2 hours. Maybe we have fun and we just do it longer. I don't know. It is a weekday though. People have work and stuff. Yeah, this game is one of the worst. One of the worst. Oh, I actually do think that we didn't go this way. You actually can drink your own piss in this game. I do remember that. I'm seeing my stamina go down, so I might have to drink my piss soon. Okay, so it's kind of like a loop, I guess. Like, I kind of just did a loop. Like, if I go back this way, I doubt that there's nothing I can do over here, I'm sure. Yeah, he just tells you to go back. I mean, at least they acknowledge how confusing the game is, and they do that. I mean, it's just kind of hard to tell where to go when everything just looks like fucking mud. What is the goal of this game? Survive, I guess. You have to... There's like an extraction point that you have to get to. And that's that. Shao? I mean, that's what everybody wants to see, right? Oh, okay, I see the checkpoints up there. I am supposed to climb. So there is a way of doing this. Maybe it wants me to use the rope. Perhaps. I mean, this is like level 2, so it shouldn't be, you know. Oh, this is hydration. Oh, maybe we need to make a grappling item, I guess. I don't know. Man versus wild, but he never leaves the same area the whole time. So maybe we need to find some stone. Yeah, no, we are... Is the game audio too low? I feel like it's gotta be a little bit too low. Should I raise it a little bit? I don't know. Now I'm curious to know what a speedrun for this game looks like for some reason. Alright. Is that better? Max volume. Just bass boost it. Should I just bass boost it? What is that? Should I just do it? 10 subs and I'll bass boost. Yeah. He already knows. 10 subs and I'll bass boost it. Not me though.
Congratulations, you won.
Alright. I didn't think that they'd do it. Thanks.
Congratulations, you won.
Man, I'm so thirsty. for slop. I'm just gonna base boost everything. Alright, are you able to hear me now? If you can hear me, how many fingers am I holding up? Okay, well, trick question, because thumb's not a finger technically, really. You answer the question. Okay, it does kind of like baby you and tell you which way to go. Does it sound good, guys? Are you guys able to hear the game? Does it sound good? What do you think? Oh shit, I want to see blood on the sloppy mess. All the tree is free, and we still last. Oh shit, the sloppy mess on the PS3. The glass room, waterfall, and a big cherry cheese. This is a shift stream in 2025. I am picking worms out of it. Oh shit. He's puking. It must be very disgusting, like the fucking game that we're playing. I don't know. Do you think it's loud enough? Millipedes left in the lawn. Oh, I gotta eat the millipedes. Yeah, I gotta consume my slop!
Chow. Chow.
Now!
Chow.
This is stupid. He's stupid. He's so stupid. Does it sound good? I don't think we should go to the eye cancer, but I think we should just leave it like this and just, like, you know, nothing else, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it... I don't think it could sound any better. I think that we need more fucking slop playing in the background. I need more slop! This feels like a 2017, 2018 stream. No, it's more so 2018 with the fucking era. Oh, there's a snake.
Easy there. Got a rattlesnake. One of the Rockies' deadliest.
Money! Alright, cool.
In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
And we will be picking bugs out of the fucking forest for the next 2 hours. Are you guys able to hear the sounds of the worms going in and out of the fucking wood? What do you think? On 1%, I'm scared I'm gonna... On 1% volume, I'm scared I'm gonna wake someone up. Dude, so many people have destroyed their headphones on this stream over the years. If not from this kind of shit, from me yelling at the fucking game. The best part is that it's all normal to me. Like, it's all like fucks for you guys. Like, everything sounds perfectly normal to me. Some people would actually just wear with it, like, they stream with the earpods, like, oh.
I don't feel so good.
Like, they had their earpods on the desk and, like, had their speakers turned off. And they would just watch that way. That was probably really loud. Like, that probably sounded absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. You're all gonna be deaf by the end of this.
Money!
Oh yeah, my brain is fucked up from this because of all the PlayStation gameplay. You gain survival points. No thanks. Oh, okay, so we're peeing in the fucking rattlesnake.
This is a losing battle.
Rug sack. Okay, I'm dying. Maybe I can drink some of my own piss. There we go. There we go, drink my own piss. I'm still dying though, that's not good. I have some raw meat, I got some dog shit that we can eat here. I got some dog shit, you know.
The view is beautiful. I've got to take
maybe this is a checkpoint.
every minute matters, especially when the sun's getting ready to set.
Okay, so we've gotten our bearings, get it? Because Bear Grylls, right? Should I jump? If the camera would go the right way. Alright, we got some more food. Playing a little mini game where we collect bugs.
Money!
I just love the putrid nature of this stream. It's just puking and eating bugs and drinking piss. And the fucking sounds of going and I can't hear myself think.
Named after their large horns that can weigh up to 30 pounds. While it is the male of the species that have the large horns, females also have horns, but they're short with only a slight curvature.
Money! Yeah, thanks for the help, man.
6,767.
Anybody doing media share right now? Anybody verifying media share? What? Oh, we got the sliding section. It's just like SpongeBob, yeah. Might be eating raw meat at this rate. Just trying to survive off of the bugs long enough.
Sure to eat and hydrate every chance you get here in the Rockies. You never know which stop.
But thanks for the media share, Doc.
Almost heaven, BFBB, big sand mountain gliding over blue. Tricks are old there, older than the trees. Shift has no problem hitting them like a breeze. Big red bus, take me home to the north. I'd roll, it's frame perfect. Shift daddy, take me home. Big red shifts old runs used to die there. It's a hard trick, made him tear out his hair.
So this is just the meta, we just... Maybe I should turn myself up a little tiny bit. Just a little bit though.
Money!
Alright, that should be a little bit better.
Don't you just heard it when you wake you up like this?
Alright, maybe you'll be able to hear me now. Sound. I'm actually getting kind of thirsty. Oh yeah. I forgot that I did this shit. You don't want to know what I put in this to make it look like that. Oh, that was so fucking sour. Fuck. Oh, it's realistic. Like, I'm not faking it. It actually tastes terrible. Oh, fuck me. It's on my fucking lips. Oh my god, dude. It's so fucking sour. God. My liver's gonna be, like, singing from that. We're eating more bugs. What the hell are we pulling out of here? Oh, more worms, right. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I just didn't know where you wanted me to do it. Alright, so like... Yeah, digging my own grave after playing this game. I think that it wants us to... Oh, like, we have to smash the stone against this rock, I guess. Yeah. There we go. Now we can combine it. There we go. Nice. We did it. Master. So I kind of fucked up, because, like, I have, like, the fucking, you know, we're just gonna call it piss. I actually feel like I'm surviving, because I gotta go 2 hours without drinking water. I drink a lot of water. If I really wanted something to drink, I just had to piss. So I'm actually gonna be suffering. Oh, I guess I did something correct, alright. thirsty, but I don't want to drink it because it's just so fucking awful. It's really yellow, dude. Did I fail? I failed again. Oh, it like moves and shit, I guess. Oh, you can aim it, okay. Wait! Yeah, thanks. Oh, it flashes green when you do it the right way, okay. And slope. I like how it looked exactly the same. Oh my god, dude, my teeth are like, why the fuck did you put that in my mouth? Oh my god. Dude, my teeth are like not happy about that shit. I hope I don't fucking get any cavities from this. I mean, I only use like fruits to make it look like that, but like fruits are still pretty like acidic and sugary and shit. It's only 2 hours. I'll just brush my teeth when I'm done. I'll brush my shiny teeth. Just like Chip told me to. You're gonna have to brush, gargle, rinse. Couple of breath mints. What do you drink? So I'm kind of in a predicament because I usually drink water to like keep my voice, you know, sanitized while I'm streaming and talking. And I only have one option for liquid right now because I thought it'd be funny. But little did I know I actually decided to torture myself. But you know, I'm doing it for the content. Also, Bear is suffering too. He has to eat literal worms, so I'll probably be okay. I actually am thirsty though. Are we just used to how loud this is now? Like everybody's on 1% at this point. Like it's just like how we're gonna play this game. I'll take a swig every time he does. It wasn't as bad the second time. But man, that is bad. That is bad. I'll give you the recipe when it's over. Oh my god, that's bad. Construction challenge. 3 small sticks and pine needles. Fuck, I'm fucking freezing. Okay. Come on, get back. Shit. Okay. Dude, this is too fucking complicated. Wait. Alright, so we good now? log, 4 small sticks, 2 moss, and pine needles. Are you guys able to hear Bear talk about his bullshit? You guys hearing the special tips? Tips. We can cook. We can cook. That's honestly overcooked for me, personally. Dude, this is not a functional menu. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to pee in the snake skin again. But I at least like that it just babies you and shows you where to go. So we gotta like do large log. I'll never be able to look at the word log the same way ever again. Okay, whatever. You can swim, okay. I just dropped a steamy log in my Pampers. So this guy actually did this shit. Like, this is all based on stuff that he did in the show. Show? So he did all this shit. He really did all this shit. What a fucking dumbass. He could have just fucking sat in his house and played video games. He did this shit. Come on. What a joke. I'm way smarter than him. Oh my god, dude. I just love how they just merge. Oh shit. Don't fucking freeze Bear, come on. Alright, so like, we gotta extinguish the fire before we go to bed, right? Because it can burn the fucking woods down. Yeah, we should probably get rid of this. I'm a survival master. I've survived the speedrunning community, I can survive this shit. Oh god, it's a real bear. It's a competition. Okay, wait. Oh. Well, now I'm fucking dead. yo, we do all this shit! Oh no. Yeah, man, I know. Money! And thanks for the fucking money. Can we lower the bass boost now? I think it's doubling on itself. What? I can't hear you. What? What do you guys think? Should we make it louder? Is it too quiet? We'll make it louder. That should be perfect. That should be perfect. Just right. Get warm and food. Yeah, I get it. So the reason why the bear came is because I messed up the trap or something. I didn't have enough traps. Masses and masses of pine needles as ground bedding. And the reason this is so money is you lose the majority. Yeah, thanks for infusing. I ate something bad. Oh fuck. I need to... Oh no. No. These fucking worms, man. Oh no. Beans and beans and worms. I need to get warm and food. Come on, man. You gotta get warm. Do you ever have like a major accident? Like on the show, like the child? Did you ever like fucking like die or some shit? You need to find a way to smoke out these bees. You know? Get some of this honey. Kind of like a video game. Just like, you know.
Congratulations, you won.
Like he wasn't like actually dead. Yo, Cash, thanks for the gift sub. I need water. I don't know, man. I guess he lived. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to play the game. He wouldn't be around. He's still actively in the woods today. I need to get warm and food. I mean, it must have been a pretty successful game. They ended up making a TV show based on it. They did it in real life. I don't know why anybody would fucking do this in real life, but yeah. Maybe the worms taste good. Yeah, okay, so we gotta not die this time. Get warm and food. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, oh, the bear is still. Oh my god, dude. Wait, what? Is he glitched? Oh. Well, I guess we'll just. I guess we'll just do this. Well, guess we can figure out what to do with the bear. We can just figure out what to do with the bear while this is going on. So we got the fucking bear's asshole, like, in my face. Maybe that's like a tail, I don't know. No, it's an asshole. That's definitely an asshole. Maybe if I, like, kind of get up next to it. No. I just can't touch it. I need to get warm and food. We gotta get back into the tent. This is the dumbest. Look at what this has come to. Look at what this has come to. Well, I don't know what to fucking do. Maybe it's that we can't sleep while the fire's going. I don't know what to do. Well, it's definitely that we can't sleep while the bear is here. You guys ever open my controller? Some food. Let's try walking into it and just see what happens. Oh, that was a bad idea. I need to get warm and food. Okay, so we've escaped the bear. And, dude, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. I think we should just go back. Or not. Okay, we know what, we're just gonna run. Oh, or not. I don't know, I think that we're just dead. I think it's over. Oh shit, look at that. You got moves, can you do that in real life? I bet he can. I bet he's like insanely athletic. What? Hey, wait, the sun's coming out. Oh, we fucking lived! So you just gotta believe in yourself. Whoa, I just woke up. Didn't ask. I just woke up too, now I'm running away from a bear. Alright, but like, it's fucking survival though, like, why can't I just like, is it a problem that I'm landing in the water? Don't we want more water? That was probably really loud. It's probably so fucking loud, dude.
Getting
start is not pleasant. I have a bad feeling that this is where I came from. Oh shit, that's bad, that's bad. Gotta unlock the fucking animal kingdom? Yeah, I'm gonna unlock a fucking arm being ripped off of my body. My brain's being fucking eaten like scrambled eggs. Oh, that thing's not harmful. We can kill this thing. It's fucking Bambi. Can you fucking kill Bambi? What the hell is this? Can buy food in here. Got my Xbox 360 achievements for Bear Grylls Simulator. Probably should have gotten the snake skin. Every time I reach over to get water when I'm thirsty, I realize that all I have is this shit. I need to hook this on that branch down there in order to zip line down. Ugh. I didn't get it today. It's the same fucking thing, Bear. Come on, man. There we go. Whatever your different sound player, just imagine how loud it is on your end. Oh, not him again. This Grizzly must have a thing for me. Yeah, here he comes. Money! Can you guys hear this helicopter? Asked. You can't even hear the helicopter? Oh, we gotta make that louder. Alright. I mean, we can always make everything else louder. You can hear it. What the fuck did I just join to? Join to peak. Treasure. By the way, I just want you to know, like, if you watch this on the VOD channel, it's gonna be way quieter than it actually was when it was live. Like, when it compresses the audio when you watch it on the VOD channel, it's not gonna be the same as watching it live. So...
Grills, it is time to get your ass.
Dude, I think that this fucking piss water is making me more thirsty. I think I'm just getting more thirsty drinking this fucking shit. Can I kill Bambi? Fuck over here, man. Fuck, I'm moving. makes you fucking do claw. Oh shit. That's fine. Level up. I leveled up. Improved elemental resistance. Yeah, sure, whatever, that's fine. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. Do we want other sounds? I just want to eat this thing. Let's just run around like a Disney movie. Like, fucking play with the animals.
Wait! My favorite is my
You guys get enough slop this month? Just finish off the month with the sloppy slop. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably eat worms before I eat the Rainforest Cafe again. I'd rather be eating worms out of a fucking log.
All the focus on was just trying to get to me, and I'm not going to lie, you was the one that was such a
That was probably really fucking loud. Like, wow, that was probably loud. I was just sick. I wasted all my fucking food. Great! Stupid. Just like I thought that stain was something that like an object of interest. And yeah, the real survival is enduring the 360 crusts. It's like, oh, I have enough meat, killing it wouldn't be useful yet, but the thing's still trying to fucking kill me. I need to turn your mic up a bit. Alright, I get it. Are you able to hear me now? Is that good? Alright, cool. Is this perfect? Would you describe this as perfect? Nothing about about this situation, I can see being closer to ideal than how it currently stands. I mean, we are just really experiencing peak. It's wild. It's man versus slop. Dang, dude, am I not depleting health or anything? Like, maybe you're just good to go. Like when I say slop, like that's like enough to fuck it, like. I'm gonna have to. If I rewatch this VOD, am I gonna laugh? This has gotta be the crustiest thing we've done in years. This has gotta be the crustiest thing that we've done in a very long time. It's literally just noise. It's literally just noise. Colored in black and white. Do you think that's too far? Don't you want to be able to see the game? I feel like it's too late. Like at least like you can put it on 1% if it's too loud, but if it's like if it's searing your eyes, you're probably not gonna want to watch that at this hour. Vertical maxing. Just put it on the iPhone. You're putting iPhone on the screen. Uh-oh. We're fucked. Wow, he's actually a fucking gamer. I respect him not killing it. I respect it. Unfortunately. I'm ready! I'm never gonna get used to that. Oh my god, another one. The fucking Winnie the Pooh round 5. Oh, and I got fucking a word that I probably can't say yet. We've unlocked some new words this year, but maybe there are some words that should not be brought out of the vault from 2009 just yet. 360 dashboard's not working. I think something really bad happened. I think we're cooked, man. Do I really want to fucking do all that again? I don't know. Man versus console. Should we just call it? I think I've already had enough. I think you had enough. Game versus audio, yeah, I think we're gonna call it. I think we've had our fill. Alright. I'll do this though. I'll give you this. To finish off the slop. Bon appetit. I'm gonna fucking puke later, dude. I'm gonna fucking puke, dude. I feel like I'm in an electric chair. we gotta stop now. We have to stop.
You owe me a new headset. I don't fucking owe you anything. I made you laugh. You owe me a headset. Yeah, that was definitely something. That was magical. The game still hasn't loaded yet, by the way. Oh no, I didn't even say it. So it's like a 16-ounce glass. So just like imagine like the concentration of this. It was 4 lemons and a tangerine. It was actually just terrible. It's so terrible. Yeah. It was bad, dude. The secret ingredient. No, that was really bad. Better than Prime. Yeah, 4 full lemons and a tangerine. Cause like I put in 2 lemons and a tangerine and it wasn't quite like the right color. And I just put a couple more in and I'm like, oh, okay, this is yellow enough. Like the orange kind of gave it that like saturation. You know, the tangerine. Yeah, that was bad, dude. That tasted fucking terrible.
Money!
No, it looked like piss though, right? It was pretty convincing. They thought I was actually drinking piss. That's awesome. Yeah, pretty convincing, I guess. Yeah. So like this whole time, you guys actually thought that I was drinking my own piss. I mean, like now you know the recipe. Like if you wanna make your own. Well, because it tasted fucking terrible. It tasted like it's literally, it tasted like have 1 full lemon in a drink alone. I just chugged the content of 4 lemons and a tangerine. That was just fucking disgusting. It was disgusting, dude. Wow. Yeah, that might be an all-time classic. I'm not gonna lie, man. We might have just created peak with that one, honestly. We may have created peak. We may have created peak, honestly. The fact that like people watch that stream.
You won.
Athletic, thanks for the tier 1. I expect the headset in my my PO box by next week. The fact that people watched that whole thing and thought that I was drinking piss the whole time is fucking awesome. Because it was just so awful. Do you guys think that like I respect it? Like you guys think that like I would actually get so in character to drink my own piss? I guess I have to prove it now. I just because it was apparently so convincing. I'll get the stuff that I didn't throw it out. I just left it on the counter.
Money!
Yeah, so like, see this, right? I'll go back to the other. Yeah, you see this? All of this. All of this. So like, just imagine, right? Like in this one glass you had this. You had, they're all just completely squeezed out. I had 2 glasses actually, so I could like get the pulp like out of it, so it would be more convincing. Like, just imagine, ugh, it almost got in my fucking eye, dude. Like, just imagine, like I can't even fit it. Like, you see, like this is what I just imagine like this is what I just consumed. Yeah, it's just 100%, literally nothing but the actual lemons and tangerines. Yeah, no, that's actually what just occurred. No, it tasted fucking terrible. Well, I didn't have water the whole playthrough. I just had this shit. So I was like actually torturing myself. Yeah. Are you gonna finish them? Dude, there's nothing left in them. Do you not see this? I literally milked the whole thing.
Money!
4 of them. 4 of them. Athletic, thanks for the 1.6K. And the 2860, wow. Yeah, that was a fun one. This shirt's actually really comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. What about the peel? I'm not eating the peel. I mean, like, never mind. Like the whole point was to make it look like piss. That was the whole point. So like when I put it in the glass that I was drinking from earlier, I'm like, you know, it's kind of I can see the pulp floating around, so I had to like kind of like go back and forth with the glasses to get it all out. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a historic stream. That was something. Definitely. Well, you guys actually thought that I was drinking pee. That's crazy. Gotta say, like, I'm really good with colors, because I was originally gonna just do lemons, and I'm like, it doesn't look convincing enough. But like the tangerine really like sold it. Like the tangerine really made it look like dehydrated piss. Just like the drop of orange mixed with everything else. I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. Like this is it. I need to see like how bad these clips are, dude. Like how bad can it be? It was like that the whole fucking time. Oh, shit.